What you know, Alibis, good morning to ya. I stopped at a red light and thought I'd do a little live driving back from taking my daughter to high school. So the plan for today is we are on verdict watch in the Brian Walshe trial. Hopefully we get a verdict today. I can imagine a couple of scenarios. Maybe they made their decision and just wanted to take the weekend to sleep on it, or are they possibly hung up on murder one or murder two, which I could see happening because there honestly wasn't a whole lot there to prove premeditation, in my opinion, which is worth nothing. Just putting that out there. I think this was more of a crime of passion. If you think about it, when Jim left around 1:30 a.m., everything seemed fine. And before you know it, early in the morning, he's starting to text how to dispose of a body and things like that. So none of the purchases, none of the searches started before she was killed. So curious to know what's going on in that deliberation room, but maybe we'll know soon enough. The other thing I'd like to do today is I really want to stay on the story of Rob Reiner and his wife Michele Singer's murder. There's a lot of rumors floating around out there about possible suspects, which I won't put on the episode until it's confirmed by LAPD. But I do want to do a little episode of what we know so far. So hopefully I'll get that out maybe early afternoon, and we will follow that one. That's a big case. If you grew up in the 80s and the 90s, a lot of iconic movies came from Mr. Rob Reiner. Stand By Me being my absolute favorite. That's one of those movies I've passed down to my kids, and it's something we watch once or twice a year. I remember as a kid, that movie was the first movie that really wasn't just a movie to me. It had a lot of life lessons in there about friendship and the human connection and kids being kids. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, this is a murder case and this is what we do, but definitely something we're going to stay on top of. So that's the plan for today. Also, in between, I have to paint the walls of my daughter's room. Y'all, I have spent the whole weekend patching and sanding and getting rid of raised paint that had run and it dried. By the way, if you're ever painting and you have like a thick area where the paint ran down the wall and dried and you have a little lump there, get you a Q-tip or a cotton ball, rub some rubbing alcohol on that. You'll start to see it go down and it will be smooth as a baby's bottom. Save me a lot of time. Once we get verdict this week, I'm gonna finish up on Corey Richens' documents and then we'll figure out where we go from there. I do have a lot of letters from my jail contact. I have got some questions into her about how they celebrate Christmas. They're in a women's prison in California. You guys like the prison episodes and what it's like. So I'm hoping to maybe get another Life as a Lifer episode in this week as well, maybe two. But I'm going to end this since I'm at a red light, so I'm doing it safe. Hope you guys have a good morning. We'll talk to you soon.